Yo, what up, big cats? MyHeroescape20 here, and today, guys, what I have for you today is the Jack Loadout Guide for Borderlands the Pre-Sequel. And today, guys, we're going to be looking at two separate builds, the Clone Power build and the Solo Man build. So, in this video, you'll be able to see both, and both of these actually go along with the Jack skill point guide that you're seeing on your screen right now. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go ahead and check that out, so when I make references to that, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But if you like the way that your Jack is built and all you want to, like all you care about is the gear and stuff, then this video might still be for you. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to be looking at today are the guns involved, the shield, class mod, Oz kit, and grenades. So for the clone power, let's go ahead and think back what we like to do. So the clone power likes to pretty much focus on just the clones. It's kind of like the Wilhelm build, the yin and yang build that I did, which is like purely all about Wolf and purely all about Saint. So so that build, for example, focuses primarily on those while kind of sacrificing yourself. And that is a little bit what this is. But Jack doesn't take as much sacrifice, if that makes sense. Like he still is very, very strong on his own, even when his clone is worked on the most, I would say. That's one thing about Jack. It's like a better Wilhelm, just in my opinion, but yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So the Hellfire. So the Hellfire is an SMG and an incendiary. So why choose the Hellfire? Well, I really like the AoE splash damage, right? So you want to be able to help your clone out, right? So what I like to do with the Hellfire is pretty much just spray everything. Get everything burning. Because the more things that your clone can kill, the better. So if you're constantly burning everything and just doing as much DPS as possible, and that's damage per second if you don't know what that means, that's just overall, just a lot better. So I also like the Moxxi's Vibra Pulse. It's very nice because it does heal you, and it also cuts through shields. The other gun I like to use is the Viral Marketeer, which is a shotgun, which is corrosive. Now, I've used this gun a lot in several builds, but I'm telling you, I really, really love this gun. It just feels so strong when you're going against stuff with armor. And then the final gun I like to use is the Nukem or the Bada Boom. Either one, as long as it's explosive. The reason I like to do this is because if there's a mass amount of enemies, the Nukem or Bada Boom can really cover that whole thing. So pretty much like what the whole gun build is like on this is about, kind of like AoE. The shield I like to use is the Reogenator, and I really like that one, but you can also use the Sham. So the shield I'm very torn about. The Sham is very, very nice because you want your Jacks to, stay long alive, but also die a lot. It's kind of like this weird balance between the two. You really, the longer you stay alive, the more damage they do, but when they die, they explode and spawn badasses and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a weird situation. So we also have a skill where our shield is transferred to him, or at least our shield capacity. I don't know if the actual elemental resistance of the Reogenator is transferred or not, but the shield is nice to put back on the Jack. But if you're like one of those people that just constantly want them to die, then the Sham might be better. But either one of those is very nice on this build. The class mod I like to use is the Celestial class mod. It's all around a great class mod for this build. It works on your best foot forward, the collaborate, and the teamwork, which all rely on, or all revolve around, kind of the synergizing of the clone. The Oz kit I like to use is the support relay, just mainly for more gun damage. And the grenade I like for this class is the transfusion. So any transfusion grenade of your choice. I like this because it allows you to stay alive longer, so your clones can be doing, more, and you can help your clones out and just stuff like that. So I really like transfusion. If you don't want transfusion, you can use any grenade of your choice. I made sure to note that it really doesn't matter on this class, but I personally like transfusion on Jack, or at least on this clone power. So yeah, that is this build for you guys. The next one we're going to go on to is the Solo Man. Now the Solo Man is all about self-empowerment. So basically, the stronger you can make yourself, the better, and the clone is just there to help. So where last time it was the clone doing everything pretty much, and you're there to help, this is a complete opposite. And you can see I made this very greedy, so I put a lot of money everywhere so you guys can really understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about now. So the striker, I really like this well, actually, let me go ahead and cut back real quick. The thing about this Jack build is you're going to be doing a ton of weapon swapping. With weapon swapping, you're going to be doing more fire rate, as well as critical hit damage, as well as pure gun damage. So everything that we can amplify to, really exceed us in the gun damage department, as well as the critical hit damage, that's what I really focused on this build. So the striker is a fantastic shotgun for that. It has no elements, but it has a 50% additive crit and a 15% multiplicative crit. So you have 50% extra crit damage and 15% timesing it pretty much. So it is a sick, nasty, just all around beast shotgun when it comes to this build. I really love the striker on Jack. So make sure you check, or at least try that out if you haven't already. The next gun I like to use is the Vitali, and I really like this is because it is a Cairo weapon, but it also increases your critical hit damage. So the gun itself has a built-in critical hit damage amplifier, so that is also very, very nice. The next gun I like to use is the 88 Fragnum, which is a pistol, and it is an explosive pistol, and it has 25% bonus critical damage. So that's very, very nice. And then the final gun I like to use is the Skull Smasher. So the Skull Smasher is a legendary sniper rifle, a Jacobs, and no element, and it helps with your mid-range fight. So it has, it's a very fantastic gun. It's been around for, I believe, since Borderlands 1, actually. So it's been around. A lot of you guys already know that if you're familiar with the series. But I really like using that just for the raw damage purposes of the Skull Smasher. So the shield I like to use for this build is the Sham because it's all about you. So you can either use like a B shield or something like that if you want to, but the Sham is very nice for ammo regen, and that's why I really like it. The class mod I like to use is the Best Man. So this increases your grenade damage. So if you think back to what the build did, it was all about us as well as throwing a ton of grenades. The more grenades you have, if you throw a grenade, it can reload all your weapons. If you throw a grenade, you do increased damage with your grenades. You have increased capacity for your grenades. So there's just so much stuff that revolves around your guns and grenades in this Jack build. So the Best Man increases your grenade damage. It's very nice. But if you want to focus more about your kind of like a balance thing, the weapon swap, the Economist is also a great class mod. It increases your weapon swap speed plus your grenade damage. So you can either do the Best Man for pure grenade damage or the Economist for a little bit of both. The Economist might be a little bit better, but it just depends on what skills you're using. You're going to have to look into that a little bit and kind of really figure out what you want to focus on. The Oz Kit, again, I like the support relay just for the pure damage aspect. And grenade, there is absolutely, I have no choice on this. It is all up to you. It's not like where the transfusion last time will help you out. This is completely different. It's all about you. So whatever you like, go ahead, use it. If you're struggling with certain things, like you're struggling with a lot of armored stuff, then make sure you go ahead and maybe use a corrosive. If you're in a place where there's a lot of like flesh, maybe you could use a incendiary. It's just up to you. How you want to do that. So yeah, those are the build, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions or any other alternatives, please let me know in the comments below, because I would love to hear from you, and I'm sure everyone else would like to learn as well. As I would love to learn. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So previous video is the Claptrap loadout guide. So that is where we looked at Claptrap's 2 different builds I made for him, and how we kind of want to amplify those. And feature videos, if you just hate Jack and you just wanted to watch this video just because you hate him so much, you can watch me just destroy him. Now this is an older video, it's from Borderlands 2, back on the 360, but other than that, it's a great video, and I definitely recommend you guys checking that out. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you want to see more videos on Borderlands the pre-sequel, please leave a thumbs up. Also, best way to contact me is on Twitter at MyHeroescape20. And if you want to see me play this game live, go to twitch.tv/MyHeroescape20. So Amanda will be at my house today, and we'll probably be streaming all the way until about 4:45 Eastern time. So for the next hour and a half or so, we're gonna be streaming. So anyway, yeah, so go ahead and check that out, and we'll be on there, and she'll be talking to you guys. We'll be both playing and both talking and just having a fun time. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the Aurelia loadout, guys. So thanks, guys, and yeah.